Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question is a really fun one that I thought of as soon as I saw one of these cards get spoiled. Let's get at it. Amy plays Toxrill while she controls the Sludge monster. What happens? Alright, so this is a really awesome synergy, and it relies on the fact that all counters that have the same name and description are indistinguishable. What that means is, as far as the game is concerned, there's absolutely no difference between a slime counter that came from Toxrill and a slime counter that came from the Sludge monster. The game is going to consider all of them the same. And so that means any creature that has any slime counters on it at all is going to be affected by both of these if appropriate. So what would that look like? Well, let's first consider that the Sludge monster is going to turn all creatures with slime counters on them into 2/2 creatures with no abilities. That's pretty good by itself, but it gets even better if you have Toxrill mass putting slime counters on all creatures that you don't control. Every turn, you're going to get every creature with a slime counter on it, and as soon as a creature gets 2 slime counters or more on it, then it's going to be a 2/2 creature that's getting -2/-2, and it's going to go away. That sort of mass removal is a lot better and more efficient than you could get with either one of those cards individually. In addition to that, let's also remember that the Sludge monster lets you put a slime counter on anything every time it attacks. That means that if you have some really troublesome creatures that you really want to get rid of, you can get rid of them even faster than you could with just Toxrill alone. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to point out regarding this synergy that don't work exactly the way people probably think. The first one I wanted to talk about is how this would work with 1/1 creatures. So let's say that we have a Toxrill and a Sludge monster and an opponent plays a 1/1 creature. What would happen? And as soon as a slime counter gets put on this 1/1 creature, there's going to be 2 continuous effects that want to change what its power and toughness is. There's going to be one from Toxrill that wants to give it -1/-1, but there's also going to be one from the Sludge monster that wants to make it a 2/2 creature. Continuous effects are all going to be evaluated before any state-based actions are performed. So that means this 1/1 is going to get turned into a 2/2, and that's going to be getting -1/-1, so it's going to actually stay being a 1/1. This is the only really non-synergistic behavior that I can find between these 2 creatures. And to close out, there is one other really fun scenario that I've thought of. Remember when I said at the beginning that all the slime counters are going to get treated identically, regardless of where they came from? Well, I really did mean all the slime counters, even on stuff that's not normally a creature. So if, for example, you had a Gutter Grime with some slime counters on it, well, then if you managed to become a creature somehow, you would have that creature getting affected by the Sludge monster and by Toxrill just like any other creature. Now, Toxrill only applies to creatures that your opponents control, so if you control both of them, then it won't be getting -1/-1. On the other hand, the Sludge monster makes no such exemption, and all the creatures, even the ones that you control, are going to lose all their abilities and become 2/2, which is a little bit of a bummer. So that means you probably don't want to go to Super Slime Time Live with the Gutter Grime and the Sludge monster. This is by far one of the most amusing variants on the Humility plus Opalescence ruling that I've seen in my judge career. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again tomorrow for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.